Okay. I've been meaning to make this video, but I've been busy. But anyways, there's a group of people out there, idiots, who think sales don't matter, and PC gaming's the way to be. PC gaming, PC gaming, PC gaming. There's a simple reason why. They're both stupid. And as you know, most of the PC gamers are basically saying sales don't matter because, as we all know, the sales for the PC version of Fallout 4 are laughable. But yet the PlayStation 4 version, the version that they hardly ever fix, sells the most. Which is pretty funny because they're using most of the funds from their PS4 to fix the PC version more than they are the PS4 and Xbox One, which is the ones that cost the most money. And then you got then you got like Witcher 3, who makes their PC version just as well as they make their Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and the other consoles, as well as Rockstar with their GTA series. Now, Rockstar doesn't have anything to worry about because, as you know, all their games sold 1 million. And it's in less than a week, or hell, less than a day. And that was just on the 360 and PS3. Then when PS4 and the Xbox One came out, shit tons more money. And of course, the PC version, which I think did come before the PS4 and Xbox One, but details. It just raked in a lot of money. So Rockstar can afford to put out a very nice PC port, and with all the bells and whistles. And I will give it up to the guy, CD Red, for their entire commitment Witcher, on all the Witcher games. Even though I'm not a big fan, they did a pretty good job. But with And then you got the idiots over at Bethesda who somehow won a DICE award for the most buggiest piece of shit game I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, it's not a piece of shit game. It's a fun game, but it is not a graphical game by any amount. I've even seen the PC version. It's practically a joke. How did Why does Dice give this company money, give them awards, when they can clearly see their graphics are a joke? Because it's literally the last engine. It's just the Skyrim, the Fallout 3 engine. That's all it is. There's no improvements on the engine, and it's even more buggier and outright unplayable on Xbox One. I'm not kidding. Yes, there are frame rate issues when you go into the Diamond City, but under the PS4 and PC, it's extremely playable. But Xbox One barely even plays all that well. You're basically looking at a clip show. But for other companies, the ones who make shitty PC ports, there's a reason why they make shitty PC ports. There's not enough money or enough reason for them to care. And those who say, well, sales don't matter, screw those console gamers. Just give us what we want. Let me explain. And this is the part to those glorious amount of idiots who don't think or want to understand why sales matter. There's this thing out there. I don't know if you call it, what's the word? Oh, it's called an economy. And as you know, in an economy, you have businesses, and these businesses need to make money to continue paying bills. And of course, they're, employees. So if they're going to go by just what the fans want and not where the money is, well, your developers are going to be kind of broke and living in boxes and getting their fruit meals from, I don't know, homeless shelters. Because not every company's CD Red, Rockstar, or Bethesda. These companies have to live off what they have. And sometimes that means making games for the most popular console they can get. And this being PS4, you dumbass motherfuckers. Because the PS4 is the one making the most money. Then the last generation, it was both the Wii and the 360. Mostly the Wii. That's why we had all that shovelware coming out. Yeah, they sucked. And then, mostly nearing the end, it was 360 all the way. There was no stopping 360 last gen. But this gen, it's PS4. And the reason is that these developers need to fucking eat. These programmers need to pay their fucking bills. Coming from a bunch of fucking morons who are paying through the roof for ultimately expensive parts for their fucking computer, they would have to understand this part of how an economy works. You know, basic economy 101. Content costs money. That's why we have that whole monetization under YouTube to help pay YouTubers keep their content going on YouTube because they can't just continuously spit out free content whenever they want unless they have large amounts of money and can just buy whatever the fuck they want. This is why, say, Microsoft took their Quantum Break game and moved it from just an Xbox One exclusive to a Windows 10 as well. Put it on Windows 10 as well because money. They need money. They need to get all that cash back that they threw into that damn game. And by the way, all content is like this. I mean, it's costing producers money to put out the X Files. Well, the new X Files. That's costing money. The Flash TV show costing money. Developing video game costs money. To make a fucking movie costs money. Not everybody's gonna get lucky and make a successful movie. And I'm not talking about Deadpool. That's a completely different conversation, and that was Fox not listening to anybody, especially when it came to Brian Reynolds, who finally forced Fox to say, "All right, fine," because they thought the Deadpool franchise was dead no matter what, and just gave it all up to Brian Reynolds, and he just like, yeah, he did a good job, and it taught Fox a few bit more lessons, and then made Fox open up their mouth and say stupid shit. I'm not joking. They said stupid shit, especially after they had made that Fantastic Four piece of crap. But guess what, Kitty? Which is going to bring in the cash? And it's precisely my point. What is going to bring in the cash? The Fantastic Four flop or the extremely successful Deadpool film? Which franchise is dead and is buried and was utterly destroyed by Fox? And what franchise did Fox gave up on and then gave it to the actor to do whatever the fuck he wants, only to wind up with a fucking massive hit? So guess what's coming back and what's going down the fucking drain? Yeah, video games work the same fucking way. When a video game fails to sell, that's a bad thing because then companies say, well, we can't make any money off this franchise. We're just going to have to cancel all sequels or any kind of franchise to do with this thing. Because as you all know, the Assassin's Creed franchise is going down the drain because of their whole, we're going to make a Assassin's Creed every fucking year. And guess what? They're not doing that anymore. Why? Because they're not making profits as large as they were hoping on that game anymore. So now, this year comes along, they're saying, we're not making an Assassin's Creed game right now because, we fucked up. We're not making money. You don't see fucking these companies just go to this one guy and him saying, well, make nothing but PC games and fuck those console gamers. And then the company saying, let's do that. It's going to cost us billions of dollars and probably have half of our developers fired in the process, but let's do that. Let's listen to this one fucking guy with the goddamn PC. Oh, look at that. XCOM 2 is making a lot of money. Of course, XCOM 2 is also cross platform because, most people don't understand this little titty part, even though some people have righteously complained. But XCOM 2 only works with the Steam controller. Yes, you can buy it through, I believe, GOTG and other stores, but XCOM 2 also works on Mac and Linux. And by the way, it's not just sold in the Apple Store. XCOM 2. You have to you can only get it through something called the Video Game Store, which is Mac only, or Steam, which most PC users will say, no, 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 there's no Mac version of Steam. That those icons that are at the bottom that say cross-platform, that's just window dressing. Any idiot with a Steam account, even on a Mac nowadays, can see, XCOM 2 is, kind of out for Macs as well. But I'm not. And yes, I know that Max is going to be the dead last sales, or the lowest sales for XCOM 2. But I don't know what the sales for the Windows and the Linux version. Even though a lot of people have been complaining about the Windows version. And then as for the Linux version, well, Steam OS, which, came at that extremely high price of, oh God, free. You know, the gall of them to give it away for free and not understand that gamers want everything on Microsoft Windows 10. The one thing that Quantum Break is going to, and you can only get it through their App Store, which I didn't find surprising because, Microsoft, yeah, they're going to get Steam, but they're also going against Steam OS. Remember that one, kitty? Steam OS. And those little Steam boxes that aren't selling worth a shit. And don't forget those little Steam boxes run both Steam OS and Windows 10. Look, I know that I know that Linux ain't right there to compete against Windows, but with Steam OS and Linux, as it basically does all the installing for you, it's slowly starting to get there. It's even installing apps now, basic apps. And not just like game developing apps, basic fucking apps. I even think they're going to even put a word processor in there. And I mean slowly. It's not like, it's already better than Windows 10. I'm just saying slowly because that's all I can tell. And any idiot out there will tell you that, like uh, Angry Joe and the way he just reviews everything on Windows 10, that his computer could run SteamOS, but yet he refuses. Hell, even Black Bond's fucking computer can run SteamOS. I mean, it's not like he has to pay high price for it. I mean, fucking free. And all he has to do is do boot. Oh God, the gall of fucking Valve, huh, Black Bond? The gall of giving you a free operating system that your fucking computer can run and allow you to run at least half of the fucking library of games you already have. The gall. See, it doesn't matter what you think is a good game or a bad game. It matters if you can keep these developers going, if they can continue selling more good games, or they wind up like THQ, who's no longer around. Or how about Activision? Oh, wait, they're gone too. You know, when companies go by what high-end users are saying, or go by what a small group is telling them to do, they tend to go away. But when they do like stuff like EA, which I don't agree with, because I don't like EA, they tend to stick around for a long time. Activision, Ubisoft, By the way, which Ubisoft is still a French company. But it's all about American with EA and Ubisoft. Yeah, Blackmon had it on his list of great American developing teams, and he put Ubisoft, and it's like, you do know that's a French company, right? And of course, we all know that Japanese companies are going down the drain, except for fucking Sony, which, had the PS4 and is the highest selling console of all time now. Because, last I checked, Sony's Japanese. Go figure. Somebody needs to research some shit. And somebody out there, a lot of you need to learn how economics work. Because it doesn't matter if you put out a good game or not. If you can't sell the fucking game, your developers are going to be eaten out of the fucking homeless shelters. And the only reason why XCOM 2 is selling is because XCOM 1 was a good game. And many people are waiting for XCOM 2 to be ported to the consoles, which most of them already know is probably going to happen. See ya.